Hello everyone and welcome to Indulge Newsroom Conversations, where we bring you stories of expertise, experience and everything extraordinary. This is Mansuni Kaushik and today we are sitting with Vidushi Megnani, who is the franchisee director for Roche Bobois' new store in Hyderabad in India. Today we are going to talk about the brand's journey so far, what the future entails for this interiors brand, how Vidushi's personal lived experiences has helped shape how the look and feel of the brand is going to look like. We will also look at why Hyderabad is the upcoming emerging luxury market in India and what is shaping that change. Thank you so much, Vidushi, for coming to the show and giving us your time. I'm looking forward to having this conversation.
Thank you, because I really have been waiting to introduce Roche Bobois in Hyderabad. I love Hyderabad and I know that Hyderabad deserves this, Roche Bobois deserves this. And I love that introduction of yours. I really do actually feel that Hyderabad is shaping luxury, shaping retail, shaping lives, influencing. It's like the city version of an influencer. So I'm so glad. I really liked your introduction and I'm glad that Roche is here and I'm talking about Roche.
How beautifully put. And what aspects of the brand's presence globally do you appreciate the most and that you hope that can be replicated in India?
First of all, it's very, very hard to replicate what Roche has done internationally. It has over 265 showrooms in the world. I mean, everywhere I go, I meet people who have already had an experience with Roche,
Right.
who somehow have something or the other of Roche Bobois in their house.
Right.
And why I say it's hard to replicate is because over the years, Roche Bobois employees, directors, designers have really made themselves accustomed to people telling exactly what they want, the color that they want it in, the fabric that they wanted it, and designers have now accustomed themselves to, okay, I will give you exactly this.
Right.
I will deliver this to you.
Right.
Because Roche Bobois is the kind of brand that believes in personalization.
Okay.
So now to replicate it over here means that we have to make ourselves capable enough to know exactly when, where, and with which product anything can be replicated. If someone walks into my store and says, I like this in red, I have to be able to imagine that. I have to be able to think, okay, this sofa would look like this in red, and tell the client, okay, maybe it would suit your house, maybe it wouldn't suit your house. So it requires that level of expertise.
Right.
It's a little tough, but it's also very exciting. And I know that with a little effort, we can bring a lot of happiness, a lot of joy, and a lot of color into Hyderabad homes.
So let's talk about Hyderabad and Hyderabad as a city and as your choice to bring the brand here.
My favorite topic.
Yeah. So why now? Why here? What is it in Hyderabad that's that's going to catch the eye?
Well, I mean, Hyderabad just seems really global right now to me. And I don't want to get like Hyderabadiness into this conversation, but I am very proud to be a Hyderabadi. And I know for a fact that Hyderabad is growing like nobody's business. Like it is, I see new restaurants opening every week. Every Friday there's a new restaurant, there's a new opening. I see new brands coming. I see new people coming. I see people wanting to stay in Hyderabad. So I know that Hyderabad is cosmopolitan in its truest sense. Because also it's not just the business. People over here are willing to invite people in, invite businesses in. They're willing to integrate their culture. They're willing to, I mean, I'm not getting the word for it, but we're very welcoming. We don't have barriers. We're not restrictive that, okay, you can't come in here and only this business will thrive and only we will thrive. No, we're like, come in, let's all thrive.
Right.
So because Hyderabad is like this and it's booming and it's blooming, Roche Bobois, being a Parisian brand, is actually the perfect place right now for Hyderabad. because people are accepting it and people are liking it. So it is actually perfect.
Right. And do you foresee, the brand being a success in Hyderabad because of the kind of demographic that it has? Or would you also anticipate, people flying down from other cities?
That's a good question. Hyderabad's demographics do allow a good rate of success because there is high clientele.
Yes.
For sure. I mean, like Tollywood thrives here. So I know that there is great high-profile clientele that would be interested, have already shown interest in Roche.
Right.
So I know that it will thrive. But other cities as well are looking up to Hyderabad. I mean, not just with furniture and interiors, but in general, I think Hyderabad is at a place where everyone is looking at Hyderabad.
Right.
We've got all eyes on us.
Yeah.
So I think it was Bahubali that started this trend where everybody's spotting Hyderabad. But because of this aspect, I think there's a good percentage of people who are like, okay, let's go to Hyderabad to shop for our home. We're making up a new home and let's see Hyderabad.
Yeah.
So in both aspects, Hyderabad's demographics and also the way that Hyderabad has positioned itself in India right now, I know that there are people who will come to Hyderabad to shop.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So, insofar as the kind of businesses that are going to stay relevant in the long run, what are your thoughts on what domains in Hyderabad are going to sustain? We know that the tech is, up and growing. We know the real estate is going to grow leaps and bounds. What are your thoughts on some of the other sectors that are going to grow really big in the city?
First and foremost, fashion. First and foremost, I see it growing. I see it right in front of my eyes that the kind of business that can be generated and is being generated in Hyderabad through fashion, there's nothing like it. So fashion, first sector. Furniture, interiors, homes, definitely up there with fashion.
Right.
Definitely up there.
Right.
So that's another sector. Other than that, there's another niche sector within a sector of luxury brands.
Okay.
I mean, I don't yet see a standalone Dior store or a standalone Louis Vuitton store. But I mean, 10 years back, nobody could imagine, an Apple being considered over here as well.
Yeah.
Which was in talks.
Yes.
And I know that it can happen very soon.
Right.
So I know that brands with standalone stores can also be a possibility.
Right.
So these are the sectors: fashion, interiors, standalone brands, niche of niche.
Right.
Can definitely come in here.
Is there any particular trend, maybe a particular fabric that's working a lot, or it being very colorful is what you are seeing?
Oh, that way. I really do feel that, I mean, we have this particular, it's the most iconic product of Roche Bobois. It's called the Mahjong. And the kind of fabrics and level of customization that it allows, I know that trend is on, and it's been on. So it's just pieces of cushions that are tied up in a very unique way, and it also has platforms. So you can set it up however you want, in whatever size you want, in whatever fabric you want. And I see specifically a trend of it with Missoni fabrics. I know that Missoni is interested in tying up and providing their fabrics all over. So especially with our Mahjong, the Missoni fabric is a huge trend, and I'm seeing queries for it. I'm seeing clients being attracted just to Missoni fabrics and just to the Mahjong. So I know for a fact that this is a trend, and I think it's likely to just keep growing.
Okay. And in terms of how much of a supervision is the headquarters going to have in how you run the operations in India?
So the Paris headquarters is very much involved
Okay.
And they're involved.
Does this happen with all the countries that you operate on?
It happens with every branch. They're very involved because, they've built this brand from scratch. So it's understandable that they have this level of involvement because they would like to make sure that their brand image is maintained.
Right.
So image-wise, marketing-wise, consumer experience-wise, they are very much involved and they do keep checks on how we're maintaining their brand image. But operations-wise, they've given us a free hand because they know that they trust us with this market. They know that Indians know Indians and that Indians will trust Indians. And they know that how we deal with customers and consumers is entirely up to us. They know that we can decide what our policies are in not just dealing with customers, but also understanding that, okay, we can say that this product line or this particular fabric will work more. Right. And they'll trust it. They'll trust the fact that we know how consumer trends are working here. So they've given us a free hand with operations, but they're very much involved with quality, with experience and brand image.
Understood. And other furniture, what are the core offerings that you guys are going to bank on that are going to sell a lot? What is your prediction about what will sell more?
My number one prediction is that the Mahjong, which is very iconic, and there's another iconic product called Bubble. I know that these two products are really, really going to find their way into a lot of homes, high-profile homes, celebrity homes. I know that that's going to be big. That's something I'm really, really banking on. And I'm also I have a little hunch that Roche Bobois accessories, specifically the vases, the paintings, are, I think, I'm predicting it myself, that it's going to do well. Because the kind of accessories we provide are very unique with color options, and the paintings are just too luxurious, too pretty to look at. It's too aesthetic. So I know that propping is also very, very big in Hyderabad. So I know that accessories, that's just my hunch, that maybe the accessories can go well in hand with the furniture business as well.
Okay, so now if you could talk about Roche's design philosophy, how are they distinctive from the rest of the interior brands of the world, and what all are primarily going to be showcased in the store in India, in Hyderabad?
So Roche Bobois doesn't follow a particular set of design philosophies, but there are certain virtues and values that we uphold.
Okay.
So the very first is creative expression. Okay. So we don't believe in limiting a mind and a body to a particular design and a particular shape. So if you see most sofas and most pieces of furniture have a very distinct shape. And what most brands do is just customize the color, the fabric, and the size, the dimensions, and all of that. But with Roche Bobois, the primary question was why should we stick to just one particular shape and one particular form? So, for example, we have the Mahjong, which is their most iconic, the signature piece of Roche Bobois. It was made because this very question of why can't we play came up. And when they thought of, answering this question, they decided that people should be allowed to play with their furniture and customize it even in their home after the product has been delivered. Right. So the philosophy behind this was, let's give them something that they can customize as per their choice whenever they want. Let's give them freedom to add more to it, subtract to it, and let's let them play. Let's let them make it entirely theirs. So how they've achieved this is by customizing cushions and platforms that in which you can select which fabric you want. And this is just like fashion, because we provide fashion fabrics like Missoni, there's Jean Paul, there's Kenzo Takada. So you can choose the fabric that you please, that you want, and you can customize your cushion in it. You can select how many cushions you want, whether you want a platform with it, whether you don't want a platform with it, whether you want a double cushion, a single cushion. Sometimes certain high-level, high-profile customizations also include changing the height of the very cushion itself. But that's extremely, extremely rare, because most like the low seating, but you can even customize the height yourself. So that was the philosophy behind the mahjong. There's another philosophy that I think it's more modern, is we've decided to look at futuristic furniture. So that's where the bubble comes in, which is another signature piece. So it was made with 3D printing. And I mean, you know, you have clouds and you have bubbles, and we decided to just, I mean, we didn't decide it, but I think I speak for Roche Bobois. So they decided to have pieces of furniture that imbibed that futuristic feeling, the 3D feeling, getting that bubble shape into the sofa. So that philosophy was, okay, let's look into the future. So I think we've upheld these kind of virtues, which is like creative expression, futuristic storytelling. So in this way, we've had, I think the brand speaks in this way.
Right. That was a very interesting answer. Thank you so much for giving us the time for this podcast and being on the show today. It's very exciting to see where Roche's future heads in India with your leadership and your vision. All the best for the launch and all the best for the operations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And thank you so much for everyone who has tuned in today. We'll keep bringing you more insightful conversations around different industries that are shaping the world of luxury in India today. Thank you.